Well, as you know, today is all about the induction of our new members, but it's also about more. We're extremely proud of those new members, but we're also proud of our long-serving members. At the back of the induction book, you will find the names of the individuals who are celebrating a significant membership anniversary. When I read your name, please stand and wave to the audience and then remain standing. I'd like to have the audience hold your applause until they are all standing, and then we congratulate them as a group. So, celebrating 40 years, Norm Abramson. Celebrating 35 years, Norm Augustine. Celebrating 30 years, Richard Alkire, Dan Moat, and Ward Weiner. Celebrating 25 years, Peter Banks, Earl Dow, Dave Johnson, Jerry Kaczynski, Sidney Leibovich, and Deborah Nightingale. Thank you and congratulations to all of our anniversary members. This really is a terrific occasion. We're here to celebrate and acknowledge excellence in engineering. We're celebrating the marvelous contributions that the engineers in this year's class have made in research, innovation, manufacturing, education, the creation of novel technologies, and in designing solutions to real-world problems. I think you know how competitive this process is. Dan alluded to that. From personal experience, prior to assuming this job, I was the chair of the Committee on Membership, so I know how talented these classes are. And as executive officer now, I still have the opportunity to review this year's class, and you are all as distinguished as ever. If you have been reading the citations in the induction book, you may recognize there's something out of a science fiction movie here, but I promise you they are not. We are not making these things up. Arthur C. Clarke, a former member of the NAE and now deceased, and the author of 2001: A Space Odyssey, said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And today, we are earning some of that magic engineering. Engineering is a marvelously creative enterprise, and the citations reflect that creativity. Engineering improves the human condition. And as you heard earlier today, and that message is one that we're constantly trying to convey to the public, young and old. When you come to the stage, one of the things you will receive is one of these blue rosettes. They've been given to newly elected members and foreign members since the late 1960s. And I thought I would share a bit of the history with you. Dan cited our history going back to the National Academy of Sciences in 1863 as an organization that is meant to use the talents of the nation's preeminent scientists, engineers, and physicians. And identifying the emblem had to be created, and it was copied from the French, and the story is as follows. The NAE rosette is based on the design of the French Legion of Honor medal, established to honor military service. In fact, one time in France, somebody asked me why I had a Legion of Honor pin on. Color's not the same, but nevertheless. It's really appropriate for that model to be used for us because you can trace the roots of U.S. engineering back to the creation of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point in the late 18th century. Well, you might wonder why we chose the French, because of that really denotes the birth of engineering education and engineering in the U.S., military engineering, and actually goes back to the days of Napoleon. Interestingly enough, today, the Department of Defense and its predecessor agencies and the national security enterprise in total is one of the largest and most important users of the talents of the Academy. So perhaps it is still fitting today. The rosette is emblematic of membership in any select group, and you are now in that select group. You'll get 2 of these pins. It took me 12 years to lose both of them, but you can buy a replacement pin from our membership office when the time comes that you've done so. Now to the official induction of our members, foreign and domestic. For all of you who attend this meeting, you know we make great efforts to introduce people by properly pronouncing their names. And I will tell you that between talking to you, or my assistant Jatrice talking to you, listening to voicemail, talking to your assistants or your colleagues, I'm going to try to do my very best, despite my American accent, to do so. There are 3 of you who almost got introduced by your cell phone number because I couldn't reach a person who actually knew your name, but we finally did. What I am going to do is read the name, the affiliation, and the election citation, first for the new members and then for the foreign members. You'll each come to the stage and receive your rosette and diploma. When you are finished, for those of you who are members, Julia Phillips, our Home Secretary, is over at the table on the far my right-hand side of the stage, and she will ask you to sign the membership rolls. When the foreign members come up, Ruth David, our Foreign Secretary, will do the same. Please do not forget to sign. This occasionally happens, and then we lasso you and bring you back up to the stage to sign at that time. Our staff will make sure that you line up in alphabetical order, so you can leave your badges on until you get that figured out, but once you're ready to come up on the stage, please remove your badge as it produces a glare in the photographs. You'll come up to the stage on my left, pass in front of the podium, and stand between Gordon and Dan at the center of the stage. Have a photograph taken as you receive your diploma, and then proceed over the table to sign the membership rolls. Only those who said that they will be here are introduced. A few members told us in advance that they wouldn't be able to attend. Of course, there may also be people who couldn't make it because of some last-minute glitch in the weather or just a travel disruption, but we'll deal with that as we move along. And again, I would ask you to hold your applause until we've done the entire class. So now, Dan and Gordon. You going to put this? We'd like to start with Ogun Alsak. It's the 3rd one. No, go ahead, couple. One more. Then we'll back. We're trying to deal. There we go. Very good. We're going to start here, and then we'll go back to the alphabetical beginning. So first is Ogun Alsak, consultant, Smart Grid Applications, LLC, for the development of methods and software for the electric power industry online grid analysis and optimization. There we go. Martin Abadé, Principal Scientist, Google Brain, Google, for contributions to the formal theory of computer security. Norman Abrahamson, Adjunct Professor, Civil and Environmental Engineering, University of California, Berkeley, for contributions to seismic hazard assessment and leadership in engineering seismology and earthquake engineering. Robert W. Adams, Fellow, Analog Devices Incorporated, for contributions to digital storage and reproduction of high-fidelity audio. Pedro J.J. Alvarez, George E. Brown Professor, Civil and Environmental Engineering, Rice University, for contributions to the practice and pedagogy of bioremediation and environmental nanotechnology. Lalit Anand, Warren and Townley Rochnell Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for contributions to the development of plasticity for engineering technology, theory, experiment, and computation. Lyndon A. Archer, James A. Friend Family Distinguished Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Cornell University, for advances in nanoparticle polymer hybrid materials and electrochemical energy storage technologies. Aristos Aristidu, Director, Biotechnology R&D, Cargill Incorporated, for contributions to bioprocess and metabolic engineering for the commercial production of sustainable chemicals and plastics. Angela M. Belcher, James Mason Crass Professor of Biological Engineering and Materials Science and Engineering, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for development of novel genetic evolution methods for the generation of new materials and devices. Dana C. Bookbinder, Retired Corporate Fellow, Corning Incorporated, for product and process innovations in vehicle emissions control components and in optical data storage and transmission. Anya M. Brazil, Vice Chairman, Thornton Tomasetti, for leadership in the design of innovative buildings and contributions to engineering literacy. Constance Chang Hasnain, John R. Winery Distinguished Professor and Chair, Professor of Electrical Engineering and Applied Science, University of California, Berkeley, for contributions to wavelength tunable diode lasers and multi-wavelength laser arrays. Hongming Chen, Chief Scientific Officer, Kala Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, for contributions to the research, development, and translation of drug delivery systems. Jacqueline H. Chen, Distinguished Member of Technical Staff, Sandia National Laboratories, for contributions to the computational simulation of turbulent reacting flows with complex chemistry. Margaret S. Chu, President, MS Chu and Associates, LLC, for contributions and leadership in the U.S. program for permanent disposal of radioactive waste in deep underground repositories. Carolina Cruz Neira, Director, George W. Donahue Emerging Analytics Center, University of Arkansas at Little Rock, for contributions to immersive visualization. Gabriel Ajeba, Senior Project Manager of Operations, Open Access Technology International, for contributions to electric power system static and dynamic security assessments. Jennifer Hart Elazef, Professor, Translational Tissue Engineering Center, Johns Hopkins University, for development and commercial translation of injectable biomaterials for regenerative therapies. Bruce E. Engelman, Chief Technology Officer, Research and Development, Dassault Systems Simula, for development of software for the simulation of complex problems in engineering mechanics. Dimitar P. Filev, Henry Ford Technical Fellow, Control and AI Research and Innovation Center, Ford Motor Company, for contributions to automotive research and practice in the fields of intelligent information and control systems. F.E. Fufala Giorgio, Distinguished Professor, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, University of California, Irvine, for contributions to hydrology and hydroclimatology with application to engineered systems across scales. Edward H. Frank, CEO, Brilliant Lime Incorporated, for contributions to the development and commercialization of wireless networking products. Eric E. Fullerton, Professor, Electrical and Computer Engineering and Nanoengineering, University of California, San Diego, for the invention and development of multi-layer high-density magnetic recording media. Raymond J. Gordy, Russell Pierce and Elizabeth Crimean Hoyer, Professor of Chemical Engineering, University of Pennsylvania, for fundamental contributions and their applications to heterogeneous catalysts and solid-state electrochemical devices. Amit Goyal, Director, Renu Institute and Empire Innovation Professor, University of Buffalo, for material science advances and contributions enabling commercialization of high-temperature superconducting materials. Stephen C. Graves, Abraham J. Siegel Professor of Management, Science, and Engineering Systems, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for contributions to the modeling and analysis of manufacturing systems and supply chains. William G. Gray, Research Professor, retired, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, for advances in understanding of the physics of flow and transport in porous media. Diane B. Green, CEO, Google Cloud, and member, Board of Directors, Alphabet Google, for contributions in transforming visualization from a concept to an industry. David Hausler, investigator, Howard Hughes Medical Institute, scientific director and distinguished professor, University of California, Santa Cruz, for developments in computational learning theory and bioinformatics, including first assembly of the human genome, its analysis, and data sharing. Chun Hu, research professor, petroleum and geosystems engineering, the University of Texas at Austin, for enhancing understanding of ultra-low interfacial tensions of oil surfactant water systems. Sanjay Jha, for leadership in the design and development of semiconductor technology enabling universal digital access. Ann R. Karagosian, distinguished professor, Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, University of California, Los Angeles, for contributions to the combustion and propulsion education of future aerospace engineers and service to the country. Usama Khatib, professor, Department of Computer Science, Stanford University, for contributions to the understanding, analysis, control, and design of robotic systems operating in complex, unstructured, and dynamic environments. Brian A. Korgel, Edward S. Hyman Endowed Chair in Engineering, T. Brockett Hudson Professorship in Chemical Engineering, the University of Texas at Austin, for synthesis and applications of nanocrystals, nanowires, and their assemblies. John S. Langford, President and CEO, Aurora Flight Sciences Corporation, for application of autonomy and robotics to the design, development, production, and operation of advanced aircraft. Ming Jun Lee, Corporate Fellow, Corporate Research, Corning Research and Development Corporation, for product and process inventions and commercial innovations in optical fiber design and transmission systems. Robert A. Lieberman, President, Luma Optics, LLC, for innovation, development, and deployment of optical biosensors, physical sensors, and chemical sensors, and support of international education in optical technologies. Timothy C. Lewin, Professor of Aerospace Engineering, Georgia Institute of Technology, for contributions to research and development in low-emission gas turbine combustion systems and U.S. energy policy. David B. Lomé, Principal Researcher, Microsoft Research, for contributions to high-performance database systems. J. R. Lund, Distinguished Professor, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, University of California, Davis, for analysis of water and environmental policy issues leading to integrated water resources planning and management. A.J. P. Malshi, Distinguished Professor of Mechanical Engineering and the 21st Century Endowed Chair Professor, University of Arkansas, for innovations in nanomanufacturing with impact in multiple industry sectors. Michael J. Mancusa, Executive Vice President, Global Technology, Ares Magnetics, for engineering contributions to the conception, development, design, and application of advanced separation technologies for mineral processing. Gary S. May, Chancellor, University of California, Davis, for contributions to semiconductor manufacturing research and innovations in educational programs for underrepresented groups in engineering. Larry A. Mayer, Professor and Director, Center for Coastal and Ocean Mapping, University of New Hampshire, for development of techniques and technologies for coastal, Arctic, and ocean floor mapping. Charles Minero, Louis W. Sardella Professor, Mechanical Engineering, Johns Hopkins University, for contributions to turbulent, small-scale dynamics, large eddy simulations, wind farm fluid dynamics, and leadership in the fluid dynamics community. Jayadev Misra, Professor, Schlumberger Centennial Chair Emeritus, the University of Texas at Austin, for contributions to the theory and practice of software verification of concurrent systems. Dennis A. Muhlenberg, Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer, The Boeing Company, for leadership in defense, space, security, and commercial aircraft. Oliver C. Mullins, Schlumberger Fellow, Schlumberger Companies, for developing downhole fluid analysis of oil and gas reservoirs and elucidating the structure of alphatenes in crude oils. Paul F. Neely, Brady W. Dogan Professor, Institute for Molecular Engineering, the University of Chicago, for the development of directed self-assembly of block copolymers as an industrially significant process for nanolithography. Judith S. Olson, Donald Brin Professor of Information and Computer Sciences, University of California, Irvine, for leadership, technical innovations, and development of systems that support collaborative work at a distance. Stanley J. Osher, Professor, Mathematics, Computer Science, and Electrical Engineering, University of California, Los Angeles, for contributions to imaging, computer vision, and graphics, including level set methods and efficient compressed sensing. Eleftherios T. Papouchakis, Eugene DuPont Chair of Chemical Engineering, University of Delaware, for contributions to metabolic engineering, especially the, did I just mix this up? Okay. Industrial biotechnology of Clostridia and the biomanufacturing of therapeutic proteins. Chandrakant Durlapai Patel, HP Chief Engineer and Senior Fellow, HP Inc., for contributions in thermal and energy management of information technology systems. Jose N. Reyes Jr., Co-Founder and Chief Technology Officer, NewScale Power LLC, for innovations in small modular nuclear reactor design, nuclear safety, entrepreneurship, and education. Dean H. Remick, Professor of Oceanography, Scripps Institution of Oceanography, University of California, San Diego, for breakthroughs in ocean observations that have advanced the understanding of Earth's climate system. David W. Roop, Director, Electric Transmission Operations and Reliability, Dominion Energy, Virginia, for leadership in electric vehicles, grounding methods, and safety and training in transmission and distribution grid operations. Barbara E. Rusinko, President, Bechtel Nuclear Security and Environmental, Inc., for leadership of engineering and construction of complex megascale projects. W. Mark Saltzman, Goizueta Foundation Professor of Chemical and Biomedical Engineering, Yale University, for contributions in drug delivery, biomaterials, and tissue engineering that have led to improved patient treatments. Ali Saeed, Dean of Engineering, École Polytech Fédérale de Lausanne, for contributions to the theory and applications of adaptive signal processing. David N. Seidman, Walter P. Murphy Professor, Material Science and Engineering Department, Northwestern University, for contributions to understanding of materials at the atomic scale, leading to advanced materials and processes. Jung Shahorn, W.M. Keck Professor of Energy, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for contributions to design principles for catalytic activity, for oxygen electrocatalysts, for electrochemical energy storage for clean energy. Mukul M. Sharma, Professor W.A. Tex Moncrief Jr. Centennial Chair, the University of Texas at Austin, for contributions to the science and technology of production from unconventional hydrocarbon reservoirs. Jianjin Xu, Carol J. Stewart Chair and Professor, School of Industrial and Systems Engineering, Georgia Institute of Technology, for development of data fusion-based quality methods and their implementation in multi-stage manufacturing systems. Chainin Singh, Regent Professor and Irma Runyon Chair Professor, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Texas A&M University, for advancement of theory, practice, and education in electric power system reliability. Susan M. Smith, Retired Chief Scientist, GM Global Manufacturing, General Motors Corporation Manufacturing Systems Research Lab, for leadership in the development and implementation of manufacturing technologies for lightweight and electric vehicles. Clifford L. Spiro, President, Cliff Spiro Consulting Group, for technical leadership in diverse fields ranging from combustion to microelectronics and medical technologies. Lisa T. Su, President and CEO, Advanced Micro Devices, for contributions to silicon insulator technology and industry leadership. Charles E. Sukup, President, Sukup Manufacturing Company, for contributions to the design and manufacturing of agricultural equipment for grain handling and storage. Daniel Tassin, Senior Technical Officer, Sister International Bridge Technologies, for leadership in concrete segmental bridge design and construction. Jerry Tursoff, Principal Research Staff Member, IBM Thomas J. Watson Research Center, for theoretical contributions to the engineering science of materials growth and modeling, nanoscale electronic devices, and semiconductor interfaces. Susan H. Tusi, Senior Vice President, Product Development, Illumina Incorporated, for engineering leadership increasing throughput and decreasing costs of genome sequencing, enabling the path to the $100 human genome. Peter Trifonos, Corporate Fellow, the Dow Chemical Company, for invention of photoresist materials and microlithography methods underpinning multiple generations of microelectronics. David N. Shea, Thomas Khalif and Gunyun Zhu Professor, School of Engineering, Stanford University, for contributions to wireless network information theory. Bipin V. Vora, consultant and advisor for R&D and process development, for catalytic process innovations leading to the commercialized petrochemical technologies. Li Hong Wang, Brin Professor, Medical Engineering and Electrical Engineering, California Institute of Technology, for inventions in photoacoustic microscopy enabling functional, metabolic, and molecular imaging in vivo. Robert S. Ward, President and CEO, Exthera Medical Corporation, for engineering and commercialization of biomedical devices and prosthetic implants. M. Stanley Winningham, Distinguished Professor, Chemistry and Material Science and Engineering, Binghamton University, for pioneering the application of intercalcation chemistry for energy storage systems. Kevin A. Wise, Senior Technical Fellow, The Boeing Company, for application of optimal, robust, and adaptive control to aircraft and advanced weapon systems. A few individuals from 2017 were unable to attend last year. Mehmet Toner, Helen Arnidis Benedict Professor of Surgery, Center for Engineering Medicine, Massachusetts General Hospital, for engineering novel microelectromechanical and microfluidic point-of-care devices that improve detection of cancer, prenatal genetic defects, and infectious disease. Gordon Van Bailey, President and CEO, ISO New England, for improving the reliable operation of the power grid through enhanced grid control, new market structures, and innovative transmission planning. Catherine A. Yellick, Professor and Associate Laboratory Director, Computer Sciences, Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, University of California, Berkeley, for software innovation and leadership in high-performance computing. And now to the induction of the foreign members. John A. Agron, Professor, Material Science and Engineering, the Royal Institute of Technology, KTH, for development of integrated thermodynamics and kinetics analysis tools enabling computational materials engineering. Juan A. Asenio, Professor and Director, Center for Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology, University of Chile, for contributions to protein separations for the biotechnology industry and to biotechnology research, development, and entrepreneurship in Chile. Jesus Carrera, Research Professor, Geoscientica, Spanish National Research Council, for leadership in the development and application of subsurface flow and transport models in hydrology, mining, and geotechnical engineering. Tarek S. Durrani, Research Professor, Electronic and Electrical Engineering, University of Strathclyde, for innovations in key areas of signal processing and leadership in engineering. Evangelos Eleftheriou, IBM Fellow, Cloud and Computer Infrastructure, IBM Research, Zurich, for contributions to digital storage and nanopositioning technologies as implemented in hard disk, tape, and phase-change memory storage systems. Heming Hao, Distinguished Professor and Dean, Resource Institute of Environmental Sciences and Technology, Tsinghua University, for leadership in the development and implementation of air pollution control theory, strategy, and technologies. Ashok Junjunwala, Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, for innovation and development of affordable technology solutions in communications and energy. Petros Koumoutsakos, Chair for Computational Sciences, ETH Zurich, for contributions to computational methods and simulations for fluid mechanics, nanotechnology, and biology. Luchong Li, Distinguished Visiting Chair, Institute of Earth Sciences, Academia Sinica, for contributions to space physics and technical leadership in the Formosat Cosmic Satellite Program. Ka Lu, Professor and Director, Shenyang National Laboratory for Material Sciences, Chinese Academy of Sciences, for discovery of nanotwin materials and contributions to the advancement of nanostructured materials. John A. Napier, Extraordinary Professor, Department of Mining Engineering, University of Pretoria, for contributions to computational simulation of rock fracture around underground excavations. Mark J. O'Malley, Chief Scientist, National Renewable Energy Laboratory, for contributions to the integration of wind generation resources into the electric grid. Trevor D. Waite, Scientia Professor, School of Civil and Environmental Engineering, University of New South Wales, for leadership in water treatment and environmental management. Wei Yang, Professor, Department of Engineering, Mechanics, Institute of Applied Mathematics, Xinjiang University, for contributions to multi-scale modeling of mechanical failure and reliability and leadership in engineering education and research. Congratulations to the NAE class of 2018. All right, we will now have a 30-minute break, but before everybody moves, we would like the new members and the anniversary members to go outside and have photographs taken. The weather is good, so we'll be going out to the steps out on the front veranda. So if everyone else can wait until the new inductees and the anniversary individuals have left the room, then we all go out and have a break and be back in 30 minutes. Walk out They all named Gordon England. Go say hi to Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. England.
You look beautiful
Thank
up
you.
there, so well done.
Thank you so much.